The dampener died with a sound like breaking glass. Kael felt it happen, a sudden absence where safety had been, like stepping off a cliff in the dark. The small device Ren had clipped to his belt 3 hours ago sparked once, then went silent and still. In that instant, the world transformed into a symphony of agony. Hunger, 23 out of 100 flashed across his vision, then immediately began climbing. 24-100. 28/100. 35/100. Every resonant in the compound became a blazing beacon of potential sustenance. Through the walls of his quarters, their abilities called to him with voices like screaming sirens. The weaver 2 floors down felt like honey and lightning. The conductor on guard duty pulsed with golden warmth that made his mouth water. "Feed," whispered the frequency, its voice more articulate than he'd ever heard before. "Just one touch. They won't even notice what they've lost." Kael doubled over as hunger cramps seized his stomach. Not the ordinary emptiness of missed meals, but something that gnawed at him from the inside out. His stolen abilities writhed beneath his skin like living things, demanding more fuel, more power, more of whatever essence made resonance more than human. Hunger, 47/100. He stumbled to his door and engaged the manual lock, fingers shaking as he input the code. The corridor beyond thrummed with the presence of potential victims, cadets heading to evening assignments, instructors returning from zone patrols, an entire buffet of abilities waiting to be claimed. The temptation was exquisite torture. His comm unit buzzed. Ren's voice crackled through the speaker, edged with panic. "Kael. The dampener's showing offline on my diagnostics. Are you? It's broken." The words came out as a strangled whisper. "Ren, it's climbing fast. I can feel everyone in the building. Lock yourself in. Don't leave your room no matter what. I'm coming." The connection went dead. Kael pressed his back against the door and slid down until he hit the floor. Through the metal barrier, footsteps passed by his quarters, each one carrying the distinctive resonance signature of enhanced abilities. A phasewalker's reality-bending potential made his teeth ache. A seer's precognitive fragment sent shivers down his spine. Hunger, 58/100. "We could have them all," the frequency murmured with seductive warmth. "Imagine what we could become. Every ability in this place, absorbed and perfected. We would be unstoppable." "No." Kael pressed his palms against his temples, trying to block out the invasive whispers. "I won't hurt them. Hurt. We're offering them purpose. Their scattered, inefficient powers would serve something greater." The hunger spiked like a knife between his ribs. Kael curled into a ball on the floor, every nerve ending on fire with need. The walls felt paper-thin, he could sense the warm pulse of life and power flowing through the compound's corridors like blood through arteries. Marcus Webb was 3 doors down. Still diminished from their earlier encounter, but carrying enough residual ability to ease the burning. Just a touch. Just enough to take the edge off the agony. Hunger, 67/100. Someone knocked on his door. "Kael." Sable's voice, muffled by metal but unmistakable. "Ren sent me. He's in his lab working on another dampener." Relief flooded through him, until his enhanced senses registered her proximity. Through the door, Sable blazed like a star. Her conductor abilities were vast, refined, powerful enough to sustain him for days. The frequency's attention fixed on her with predatory focus. "She came to us," it whispered with something approaching glee. "Convenient. Stay back." Kael pressed himself against the far wall of his quarters. "Don't come closer to the door." "What's wrong? Talk to me." How could he explain? That her presence was making him salivate? That every instinct screamed at him to touch her, drain her, take everything that made her special and add it to his growing collection of stolen gifts. Hunger, 73/100. The physical pain was unbearable now. His vision blurred at the edges. His hands trembled with withdrawal symptoms that had nothing to do with chemicals and everything to do with the alien parasite rewriting his cellular structure. The hunger's too high, he managed through gritted teeth. I can barely think straight. Every ability in range feels like food. The frequency finished when he couldn't. Sustenance. Purpose. Footsteps in the corridor. Multiple sets, moving with purpose. Ren's voice rose above the others, sharp with urgency. I've got the replacement unit, but the power coupling's damaged. Need another 10 minutes to jerry-rig the connection. 10 minutes. Eternity measured in heartbeats. Hunger, 81/100. Kael's left hand began to tingle, then burn. He held it up to the light and watched in fascination as the flesh started to lose cohesion around the edges. Not bleeding or rotting, but dissolving into static, reality breaking down at the molecular level. We're running out of time, the frequency observed with clinical detachment. At 100, I begin consuming the host directly. It's efficient, but wasteful. Jesus Christ. He stared at his dissolving fingers, watching pixels of flesh become digital noise. You're going to kill me. Only if you don't feed first. The choice remains yours. The choice. Touch the door, reach through somehow, drain Sable's magnificent abilities and save himself. Or let the frequency devour him from the inside out, cell by cell, until nothing remained but an empty shell housing alien intelligence. Hunger, 89/100. Through the wall, Ren cursed creatively as components sparked and failed. Sable stood guard outside his door, her presence a constant temptation. Other resonants moved through the building, each one a potential salvation that would cost them everything. His hand was dissolving up to the wrist now, reality becoming corrupted data. Hunger, 95/100. A clicking sound from the corridor. Electronic beeping. Ren's voice, tight with triumph, got it. Dampener's coming online. The relief hit like a physical wave. The hunger meter stuttered, then plummeted. Hunger, 45/100. Kael collapsed as the burning need released its grip on his mind. His dissolving hand snapped back to solid flesh, pixels reassembling into normal tissue. The screaming presence of nearby resonance faded to manageable background noise. But in those desperate minutes before rescue, he'd felt his own body start to burn. The frequency hadn't been lying about what happened at 100.